Greetings and salutations, my friends. This is Cam Miller, and I wanted to make this quick video. Basically, a couple days ago, I tried to describe to somebody how I was building the soundtrack for my upcoming film for the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame Museum entitled Findlay and Western. Now, it's about the corner of Findlay and Western where baseball was played from 1884 to 1970, a magical, magical place. And it's a different kind of film because it's not about the championships that were won or about the great teams or the great players. It's about the ballpark, the community. Why was that place so magical for so long? I mean, 1884 to 1970 is a long time. And the memories that were created there were because of this little city, this little plot of land that turned out great players and great championships. But what made it like that? Why that location? Why did it last so long? And what was so special about the surrounding neighborhood? Well, the film, of course, needed a soundtrack. And I didn't want to do a score that was traditional with piano or strings. I didn't want to write that. I wanted to write something different. So I thought, I have all of these sound effects and these sound banks. I have Ronnie Dale on the organ playing in the 1950s Crosley Field organ. I have just him playing, and all you get's the organ because somebody had the wherewithal to record him playing. So I have a bunch of his songs. I have, of course, Wade Hoyt samples, the broadcaster for many years at Crosley. I have cars honking that were around Crosley, the peanut vendors, the beer vendors, the guys selling the scorecards, the fans going up to buy bleacher tickets. You get those mutterings and conversations, and it creates, if you take all of these sounds together that I've accumulated from the actual site, nothing recreated, actual sounds from the site, you can dump these into a synthesizer, a playable instrument, and which I built so I can make a soundtrack out of that. And I'll give you a quick example. So for instance, this is just Wade Hoyt talking, and I wanted just a sample of him so I could get his pitch, his tone, his cadence, just the sound of his voice.
The wonderful characteristics in the people that you associate with.
So that's Wade Hoyt again. I needed his voice, and that's all I need. I didn't need the sounds behind him, which is what you would get sometimes in a radio broadcast. I needed him talking at Crosley Field and having this conversation, and it's just the perfect sound.
The wonderful characteristics in the people that you associate with.
So I took that. That's an example. I dumped in the Crosley organ. The magic fingers of Ronnie Dale. So I have just that. I have, like I said, hundreds of sounds of just the ambience around the ballpark and inside the ballpark during games. But my favorite by far is the 1940 World Series, the last out, Reds versus Tigers at Crosley Field, a pop-up. And you get to hear, it's hard to hear, it's the crack of the bat, and then you get to hear the crowd noise. And I was really looking for the crowd noise after they won, to have that authentic crowd noise of the actual moment that had happened. So there you go. You get to hear that. You get to hear the actual crowd who were in the ballpark. I dump that into the pot. And then, of course, when you take all these sounds, there was probably, I think, 38 sounds total. And you put it into a playable instrument, a synthesizer, I'm able to play a medley, or I can write to that. So it's very ghostly, haunting, but it's built from all of those sounds mashed together to create this synthesizer, this sampled sound. And I'm writing the soundtrack to that. So I just wanted to explain how I'm going about doing it, because I didn't do a good job the other day. Without hearing it and understanding it, it just sounds far out. So I'm looking forward to finishing this up and for it to be at the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame Museum, and hopefully sooner rather than later. We'll see. Thank you very much for your time. Have a splendid day.